Which brings me to mistake number 3, which is misunderstanding the viral nature of social. You got to remember, viral in social media is a good thing, and so you don't want to pass up the power of that good, but you also don't want to screw it up. And I think that is one of the things that I learned. I do the social media for the Shelter Pet Project, which is a joint project of Maddie's fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council. And we have a Facebook page with about, I can't remember, 40,000 some odd followers. And we do stories about pets. And as far as the research that was done for this project found that, I'm sure you've all seen this, there was similar research done by PetSmart Charities that found that many more people say they're willing or intend to adopt a pet from shelter than actually follow through on it. And we dug down in our research into what was stopping them. And people are afraid that the pets have too much baggage, that the pets are damaged in some way, that they have behavior or health problems that they aren't going to be able to handle. They're fearful of that. That is their perception, that pets are in shelters because there's something wrong with them. And that is the biggest obstacle, according to our research. And I've looked at the data from PetSmart Charities, and although they frame it a little differently, I believe their data actually supports the exact same conclusion, which is that people are hesitating to follow through on even their decisions to adopt because they think there's something wrong with the pets. So you're all sitting here, and we're all asking ourselves about these treatable pets. We're actually talking about this very topic. But you know that the fact that the pet needs some treatment doesn't actually stop people from adopting them. What I have observed is stopping them is a very bad feeling that is being created in them by the way we often choose to market and publicize the sad stories of pets. When you market sad stories of pets, it needs to be inspiring. It cannot be soul-killing. But it so often is, and that is a terrible danger because of this important statistic that I hope you'll all look at the screen and read. I made this pie chart. It's very hard for me. I'm not very graphic. All of the rescue people who respond to these tragic stories already have as many pets as we can adopt. If we want to cross this last frontier and find homes to guarantee adoption to every healthy and treatable pet in America, we have to broaden the pool of our adopters to include the people who do not respond to those messages that have been successful for us in the past in reaching people like us. And our first tier of adopters who, the more heartrending the story, the faster they want to bring it into their homes. We want to get the parent who is looking for the dog or cat who's going to sleep at the foot of their kid's bed. And believe me, they do not want to walk into a room and think that every other animal in that room will die except the one they take home. They don't want to hear about their post-traumatic stress disorder. They want to believe that even if they need a little help, a little treatment, maybe even if they need a little cart, that this is still going to be an uplifting and positive experience that will fun and fulfillment. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to stop allowing your organization's message to be carried for you by people who think that you will motivate someone into the shelter by making them feel bad or guilty or fearful, because those things shut people down. They are not encouraging. They are not good marketing messages. This is not how you're going to spread your message to a broader pool of adopters than you already have. And I don't know how well you'd be able to see this, but this I took off my own Facebook page. I wiped out the identifying information. I see 100 of these a week. We all hate them, and if you don't, you should. You know, some of us joke about them, although really it's not funny, but it's like, we'll die tomorrow in a gas chamber heart stick shelter, come now, hurry, hurry, no chance, no reprieves, dies tomorrow. This is soul-killing, folks. This is terrible. And the problem is, once upon a time, when we had rescue lists, email lists that were private, we could spread these messages and we knew who they were reaching. But this is what I'm talking about when I talk about the viral nature. You can't control who sees your messages. They're going to go out through social media, and even if you sent them by email, they are going to be spread by other people. And you have got to be careful in how you're framing these things, because what you're doing is you are poisoning the pool of potential adopters, not just for that pet, but for all your pets, for all pets all over America. People are sleeping in their cars, folks. People are living in their parents' garages. People are pulling their kids out of school. Times are hard. Families break up, and that includes their pets. And I don't think we're here to judge. We're here to find the animals good outcomes. So that's my personal belief. Again, it's about the message of your organization. You should think about this. You should have an idea in advance of how you want to handle these things, and you should follow through. But also communicate to people. Say, you know, we feel really strongly that we should focus on the animals, and we should direct all that energy toward helping this animal find a great outcome, because, you know, whatever happened with the people, we don't know, and that's not our task. You know, something like that. But tell them why you're doing it. Tell them that you're doing it and why. And, you know, we've all been there with wanting to just clobber somebody for doing something catastrophically stupid or cruel with a pet. But other than venting, does it actually do any good to beat that drum over and over and over? No, I would argue that it's exactly the same problem of creating this paralytic, negative, burned out, brick wall kind of feeling that we all experience, and then because of social media's viral potential, poisoning your pool of adopters with that attitude, which is going to get you absolutely nowhere. So when I say to make your messages positive, I'm really telling you to make them inspiring. They will have negative things in them. There is, especially if you're trying to raise money, there is nothing wrong with making people cry, but you have really got to promise them their happy ending. Imply it, ask them to make it happen, give it to them yourself, or they're going to shut down. There's only so many sad-eyed pets gazing out between the bars while sad music plays that people can stand. We get a lot of feedback on ads from the Shelter Pet Project of people saying, oh, thank God, they're funny. Oh, finally, thank you. Because, you know, we all get to that point.